Old man here, and I just fired my crossbow down to my feeder area, and I think I got a young buck. That story's coming right up. All right, it's been about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If I hit him, he's definitely down. Want to wait about 15 minutes because you don't want to push him any further out. So that's the minimum you want to wait at least. So we're going to go take a look for him. I got to go down there and then over to my feeder area. He was behind my feeder and then he went to the left. So let's see if we can find him. And there's only a little bit of daylight left. So I'm about an hour before sunset. And let's see if we can find him. Hopefully my arrow, and there's a blood trail down there. And we'll see what's going on. He was young, but he looked like a pretty good size. And obviously it's quite different when you see the deer in person as opposed to on camera. Here's my feeder. Stands about 4'6" up to my chest. And he was probably here, so he's probably pretty good size. He was standing about right here, feeding. There's my arrow. Let's see if there's any blood on it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at the blood. Boom. Went right through him. Okay. I'm gonna leave that there because he ran off that way, so now I gotta find him. Oh yeah. Here, look at this. Also, I'll turn this over. Boom. That is a good shot. That up there is probably, gosh, 40 yards of there. It's probably a 50-yard shot. So, yeah, let's go look for him. Stay tuned. All right, the arrow is right back where that salt lick is. And I know he ran off this way, so I don't know how far he got, but let's see if we can find him. This is gonna be interesting. God, I hope I didn't lose him. But that's all part of hunting. Oh boy, let's just start moving around here, I guess. I think we're gonna have to do the spiral search. Meanwhile, there's all sorts of prickers back here and thorn bushes. In the meantime, I think I'm gonna get my gloves on. So I had to come back because it got so hot in my coat. So I switched out shirts, long sleeve, so I don't get too bit up by the thorns. And then we're gonna head back over here, try to find him. And see what's going on. I called for backup, but it's gonna take them about 45 minutes to get here, but they're on their way. These are my hunting buddies. So we're gonna look for them right now. Just leave all this stuff up here, I guess. Oh, should probably put my gloves on. Probably have a good hour left of usable sunlight. And hopefully I can find her or him before that. So Ladies and gentlemen, I found him. Check it out. It's a good sized deer. A decent size, medium. Okay, young buck. And yeah. All right, I'm gonna guess I'm probably 75 yards. You see where the light's coming in right through that area there? That's where the channel is for my shooting lane. And that's probably, actually it's probably like 100 yards from here. So must have been a good enough shot, and took her down. One of the things I'm noticing, I've never been on this part of the property. Usually all the deer come in through here and the hogs. And I see a lot of these burrows, I guess, these holes in the ground. I don't know if they're raccoons or whatever, but they're all over the place back here. And so that's why I got to be careful. But yeah, anyways, let's see what's going on. Well, I hit her on the other side, but that looks like the hole entry there. I don't know what those are, flies, bees. Anyways, all right. Well, dragging her out is going to be 75 yards. That's going to be a lot, but what the hell? Let's do it. I think, maybe. One of the things I've started doing here over the last year, well, since I started hunting last year, is I say a prayer for the deer and thank the deer for the food he's going to provide my family and for those less fortunate. One of the things I always do when I take an animal is, obviously I get it processed correctly, and then I donate about 10% of it to Hunters for the Hungry. Great program that helps feed people that are in need, and another way of my way of giving back to those that are less fortunate than I am. So with that being said, I'm gonna say a prayer here, and let's see how it goes. Okay. Thank you, dear, for the food that you're going to provide my family and those less fortunate than I am. May your travel through the afterlife and beyond be free of pain and full of joy. Amen. And that's that. All right, I just called my processor, and because it's hunting season, they're open till midnight every night, so we're good to go here. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start hauling this guy back towards my feeder. I think it's the only decent way to get out of here, and I'll probably go that way over there. But I'm gonna drag him, and he's gonna start getting processed tonight anyway, so I'm not worried about any of the meat getting bad or bruised or whatever happens to meat for all you hunters out there. Anyways, exciting. This is my second year hunting, for those of you that are curious. First time with a bow, well, second time with a bow. Actually, let me rephrase that. It's my third shot with a bow. The other two shots, I hit one, he got away, and I don't know what happened to the other shot. We couldn't find the arrow, and I think I missed him anyways. But anyways, yeah, thanks to Tenpoint and Wicked Ridge there. They make a really good entry-level crossbow, and the Rampage 360, and a little sponsorship help there. But yeah, so I'm gonna start dragging the sucker out. Maybe I'll try to get some video. It's probably gonna be a lot of one-handedness, but yeah, really happy. So okay, so I got him about 20 yards with my gloves on, and my gloves are just too slippery. So I'm just gonna wing it and grab it by my hand and try to do this one-handed. Maybe try to give you some commentary while I'm doing it here. But I'm guessing, so the deer where we hunt, they don't get super huge, but 100 to 110 to 110 to 150 pounds is a good sized deer for where we hunt. And this is all, this one's in that range. Okay, I just drug her up here. Total distance is probably 200 yards. There's my blind. Anyways, I'm winded as you can tell. The only thing I have to get is my arrow that I left on top of the feeder. All right, here's the arrow. And still got a pretty decent amount of daylight left. But here's the hill that I just drug this deer up. Even sometimes a four-wheeler has a problem with this part of it. I do want to say something though. I've been working out vigorously over the last 6 months. Lost a bunch of weight. That's another video coming up. And I'm in a hell of a lot better shape than I was 6 months ago. It's much easier. And yeah. So my stuff's still in there. I don't have to worry about that now, but what I am going to do though, it's only like a 10-minute walk back to the truck, but I don't want any other critters getting in it between now and then. So I'm going to leave my backpack here, and then my other shirt has my sweat on it, and that will deter any coyotes or other predators from coming up to it immediately. So I'm just gonna wipe my forehead here with my shirt. This is already sweaty from sitting in the blind all day, and just gonna leave it right there. So it's about 7:30-ish right now, evening. I sat in my blind starting at 6:15 a.m. So I've been in the blind for more than 12 hours before that deer came out. That's what I call dedication. All right, there's the deer again. There's my truck. Like I said, I've been working out, so we're gonna try to lift this sucker into the bed here. If I can get it over the edge here, we're gonna be golden. Like I said, I called off the cavalry here, and we're gonna try to get it up. So I'm gonna try to set this down, and maybe we can get a good shot of me struggling to try to get it up. Those will be the bloopers at the end of this video. Stay tuned. All right, this angle is gonna have to do. It's getting too dark out. The camera's placed right on the bed of the truck, and I'm gonna try to lift her up here. Him. I keep getting the pronouns incorrect. Anywho, here we go. If you hear some creative language, that's my normal speak when I get frustrated. We'll try and bleep those out. You know, every time you lift up a deer, it's always amazing how dense they are, you know? It's crazy. Oh, she's starting to smell pretty good too. Okay. Got her. Oh. Woo. All that working out's paid off. All right, I'm gonna load her in. We're gonna get on the road, and we'll finish this video series out. I just got home from dropping the deer off at the processor, and it has been a 19-hour day. It is close to midnight here, and I shot this deer around 7:15 p.m. this evening, so it's been about 4 hours. We had a little bit of a snafu, and fortunately we caught it in time before we did a no-no. So I live in one state, hunt in another state, and I use several different processors. And the processor that I was going to use is located in a different state than where I shot the deer from. And you cannot bring deer across state lines after you shoot it. It has to stay in the state that you shot it in. So fortunately, I called over to that processor prior to bringing them out just to make sure they were still open, and explained where I was. And he told me, no, you can't do that because that's a big no-no. So I'm sure it's has to do with tracking the tags that you get for your deer, and possibly diseases. Kind of I guess the similar way that they don't like you to bring fruit from another state into another state, or from another country, right? It's the same thing with deer, I guess. Anywho, so we had to turn around and take it off to another processor that was open. They're also open pretty much 24/7. Dropped it off there, filled out all the paperwork, and got it straightened out. So we are in a good spot. It just took longer than I expected because they're at opposite ends of the city where we were going to, or not opposite ends, but more like 30-40 miles apart. So anyways, we got that taken care of, and the deer is being processed. Should get it back in another week or so. But until then, we are going to close this one out because we are all good, and it's been a long day, and hope you enjoyed everything. So until next time, peace out. Old man here. Take 2. And I just take 3. Oh, the other thing I want to mention about those take 3, 4. That's all right. How about not taking a video when you're walking into a dark blind? Take 4.